Okay, now my prayer book is set up and I am ready to begin using it each morning in my prayer time. So you can see I trimmed those leather pieces so that now it's just a small little decorative thing so that those don't get in my way. I always put the flap down like that so that that doesn't get in my way. And then I begin with each section, okay? For example, we're now going to start with the praise section. This is going to be where I go down each single one per day. For example, this is going to be the day that I'm praying and praising God for being my Abba Father. And that's how I open my prayer. I enter into his gates with thanksgiving. And I'm like, Lord, thank you for being my Father. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for loving me, watching out for me, being my parent. Thank you for um, all of those things that go into being a father. That's what God is for me. And so I praise that. Then when I'm done with that, I go down to the next one and I put it right here. And that's where I'm going to pick up the next day. Now I go to the next marker in my book. And here I am, head to toe prayers of confession. And so then I'm going to pray this prayer right here over my confess any and all thoughts that I've had that are not right and not pure in your sight, thoughts of competition and comparison that lead to cutting and mean thoughts about others are wrong, and so forth and so on. That's a big prayer, and it's one that I'm needing to work on in my life as I'm working on clean, pure thoughts. Then I go to the next section. This is one on forgiveness, and I pray this prayer here on forgiveness. The next day, I'll come and I'll pray that verse, and then I'll move it down, and so forth and so on. Now I go to the next section right here. This one is the declaration section, and I pray this prayer out of the declaration section. Then I would move my marker down, and the next day, I'm going to pray this verse. Remember, these aren't to be read, they're to be prayed. Big difference. All right, go to the next section. And on this one, I'm on the marriage prayers. So I'm going to pray this head to toe prayer over here over me as a wife. Then I'm going to move my marker down. And then I go to the next section. It's going to be the one for your children. So I'm going to pray this prayer over my children. Move the marker down. That's where I'll be tomorrow. And then I go to the next section. Right here, prayers for those in ministry. And I'm going to pray this over if my husband's pastor, if I'm in the ministry, or over my pastor and his pastor's wife, I will pray these prayers. And then you have the section for others, which I've not really gotten set up yet. Amazing section where you could add tons and tons and tons of lists and different things that you can do. So as you can see, it's like you have a plate with 8 different types of food on it, and you're going to take one bite out of each plate. That's how it's going to work. One prayer out of each section per day, or one verse according to what part it's on. That's it, girls. You can do that. It's going to take you about 20 minutes. You're going to pray some big, heartfelt, amazing prayers according to the will of God. And then you're going to be able to watch God do some great things.